a.m. at 6:40. It is the Conway Show. All right, ding dong. And man, oh man, it is beautiful outside. They said it was going to be hotter than hell, but I don't think it's that bad. You know, I think tomorrow might be a little warm, but don't let people scare you into not going outside. It might be 90 degrees tomorrow. We can handle one day of heat. All right, stop with the world's ending and the world's burning up. It's just not happening. As a matter of fact, why don't you type in Google, are we in an ice age? And see what you get back. The answer, yes. This Earth that we live on technically is still in an ice age. So go out and get a sweater today. Prepare for tomorrow. All right, Alex Stone is with us from ABC News. How you, Bub?
Get ready tomorrow for all the news stories about drink plenty of water, find some shade, turn on the air conditioning.
Why now? You know, I think we're on the same planet here when it comes to that. Answer me this, because you're with ABC News. How come they feel obligated to tell people that are watching the news, which are fairly bright people, I think? Why do they have to tell them all that every time the heat goes past 85?
I guess seniors need to know it, and some people need to know it. People do get into...
But seniors are already 85. They've made it 85 years.
They've figured out how to do it every year when it gets hot. That's a good point. I don't know.
Right. It drives me crazy. Get into some shade, wear light clothing.
Use a soundbite of, wow, it's really hot out here in this park right now.
Yeah, I'm jogging in the middle of the valley, and it seems hot.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, so let's talk about blue-collar jobs. They might be going away because of AI?
Well, the white-collar ones.
I'm sorry, white-collar.
Yeah. Blue-collar ones, I think, went away back when the machines came around. But, we've seen...
Dirty hands, clean money. That's what I always say.
Exactly. And AI has gotten better in the last couple of years. It's got the stereotype of, like, you make a video or a photo and the person has 8 fingers and the people behind them all have gobbledygook faces.
Right.
That already doesn't go on very much. The videos can look super realistic. Photos can. Medical research now, AI can crunch the data and look at scans in ways that humans would never be able to detect things in a X-ray or an MRI scan, any of those. So today there is a CEO of an AI company that they built the AI model. It's called Claude 4, and he's issuing a warning that he says 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs could be wiped out by AI within the next 5 years.
Oh, man.
And that he believes it's going to drive up unemployment. Right now, I think it's like 4.6% nationally. Going to go up to like 20% based on all the people who are going to not have a job because AI is going to take it. And the industry is saying, that this is progressing so quickly that it is getting so good, so fast in another 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, what AI is going to be. This is Molly Kinder, an analyst at Brookings Metro. She says, it could happen.
These new generative AI technologies pose a real risk to early career knowledge jobs.
So the warning that this guy is giving to Axios, he says jobs in law, in marketing, in tech, and in finance are most at risk from AI. You could argue news reporters as well, because, in fact, the Arizona Supreme Court, they're now using AI avatars to be news reporters to look at, they don't need a human to do it, the transcripts and the court reporting that's done by the court itself to summarize all of that, put it together, and automatically put out a news report for online viewers to know what goes on in the Arizona Supreme Court. This is one of those AI news reporters.
I'm Victoria, one of the Arizona Supreme Court's new AI reporters. If you're wondering why the court decided to use an AI-generated spokesperson like me to share its news, the answer is simple. By providing timely updates directly from the court, we help ensure you have accurate information about important legal decisions affecting Arizonans.
No human involved there.
Wait, that's not a human. That's a robot? That's AI.
That's AI doing it on its own. And the cadence is a little bit where you could go, but it's getting better and better.
Yeah, but we're in the infant stages of this.
Yeah, and it's already better than it was like 2 years ago where you'd be like, 100%. That's AI.
But how are they going to incorporate the anti-Trump angle into these stories?
Well, see, then you have to wonder if is there a slant that the computers get, or will it be right down the middle?
I don't know. I also heard that AI is very close to curing like 10 to 15 different aggressive cancers because of how quickly AI can go through and simulate certain strains of cancer and how to cure it and how to cut it off. It's unbelievable.
And if it can do that, outstanding.
Yeah.
And that's not taking away any jobs because doctors weren't able to do that on their own.
Sure.
And researchers, so sure. But
great.
when it comes to law and summarizing things and coming up with a marketing plan, AI is going to be able to do that. And it's really the young college-educated workers who are trying to get into their first job. That's where this guy's saying that's where AI is going to take it. But, and Tim, already Walmart getting rid of 1,500 corporate jobs as part of a technology restructuring. Microsoft laying off 6,000 employees, saying they're aligning with the AI era. So it is going on. She says, look, you got to figure out what AI can't do, and that's person to person and really making human connections, and that's where the jobs are going to be. She added this.
If you can do your job locked in a closet with a computer, those are the things that are more worrying for AI. Things that have to be in person and really with people tend to be safer.
Which is a problem because I am locked in a closet with a computer right now talking to you. I mean, that is literally what I am doing right now. So there you go.
All right, so you say, and I believe you, that these college careers that cost $280,000, when they go to look for a job, there aren't going to be as many, and they're not going to pay as much.
That is the prediction that's out there. That if you go to college and you come out to get into law, into technology, into finance, into marketing, that the prediction that they are making is that at least half of them, a big chunk of them, are going to be gone in the next 5 years.
Wow, man. Okay, so. And again, you said that you have to be personable. You have to have contact. You have to have
one-on-one, what AI can't do, sure.
And personal skills. But all those have gone away because of the phone.
That's true.
Nobody knows how to talk
to anybody. The young
up
and coming, they're not going to know how to do that either.
I walked by a guy today. He works on the 5th floor. I know who he is. And I walked past him today. He didn't have headphones in. He wasn't looking at his phone, which I give him credit for. And I walked by him as I was walking in today, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he had no response to me. He didn't look at me. I said louder than hell. There's no way he didn't hear it, and he had no response because I don't know how I don't think he knows how to respond.
It's that way here at ABC as well. You go down the hallways and you try to make eye contact with somebody, and it's just not there. Or you're out on a walk and you say hi, and they don't even look up. You're like, okay,
isn't that crazy? Isn't that
good
strange?
To see you too.
Isn't it strange? It really is odd. Where were you born and raised?
Santa Rosa, Northern California.
Okay, Northern California. Northern California, a very social place.
Sure.
Northern California, the hippies, everybody was talking to everybody all the time.
Yeah.
You go up there now, nobody's talking to anybody.
No.
It's unreal. I don't know.
Everybody's looking at their phones or looking down.
But fortunately, look, I don't know how old you are, and I'm not going to
44.
demand. Okay, 44.
Yeah.
But can you imagine being 15 right now?
No. I mean, you ask my 12-year-old son to make a phone call. He's like, oh, yeah. How do I do that? And I'm like, well, they're going to say Domino's Pizza, and you say, hi, I have a question about. And he's like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, the simple things in life. Very simple things, man. It's tough.
Yeah, we're telling him, we're like, we used to have to call businesses. If you wanted to know the hours they were open,
sure,
you had to call them not that long ago.
You remember movie phone was a big advancement.
Oh, yeah.
Dial 1.
Or look in the newspaper to find the movie times.
Right, yeah, you had to do that. Exactly. But you know what? But maybe those were, and how about this? When you got home and you had an answer machine and that thing was beeping, touchdown. It could be anybody.
Called?
Could be anything, could be anybody. But if you saw the solid light, you're done. Nothing going on.
the message over and over again of, hi, this is Alex. Sorry I'm not home right now.
Right. When we were at Morongo, this is about 10, 15 years ago, and my daughter, who I think was like 3 or 4, she said, "Where's Mom?" And I said, "She's at the pool area." And she said, "Will you call her? I'm going to talk to her." And I said, "No, I want you to do it. I want you to call her. I mean, in case I have a heart attack one day, I want you to learn how to use the phone." So she picks up, she goes, "What do? I go, pick up the phone, dial 0, ask the operator to connect you to the pool area." So she picks up the phone, puts it down. She goes, "It's broken." I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "It's making a weird humming noise." Never heard a dial tone in her life. Never heard a dial tone.
It's not surprising.
No, none of these kids will hear dial tones.
No.
It's over. That's why. Yeah. All right. 2 grandpas watching 60 Minutes.
Yeah, we are old.
All right. But I appreciate you.
Bye, Tim. Have a good day.
I appreciate you coming on. All right. There he goes, Alex Stone with ABC News. That guy's great, man. That guy's the best.